Now the next thing you will want when the dog is 3 months old is a kind choke chain with a thick link like this, so that it never hurts the hair, never hurts the dog, and the dogs enjoy having them on. And also I suggest that most people who have rather weak voices, like some women have, that you have a silent whistle. Now this whistle can be heard by the dog up to 1/4 of a mile away. I mean, if I blow it now, it makes a noise you can probably just hear, but you can screw it down or up. You may not think it's very loud, but you would be surprised how far away the dog can hear it. And it means that your voice need not be as strong as without a whistle. Now, the next thing we want to do is about grooming. But you see, you don't groom a dog until it gets a proper coat. But you can make a little hand glove of velvet and train the dog to learn to lie on its side, or however you want to groom it. Kindly, they love this. And the way we make this, it's very simple. You just get a bit of velvet, turn in the ends, stitch it down there, stitch it down there, stitch it there, fold it over and stitch it halfway, stitch it about 1 inch up there, halfway, again leaving the thumb and the little finger out like this for us. You see, the dogs love that, and it trains them to be good whilst grooming. In this kennel, I've put a little piece of turf here in front in case the puppy during the night or at any time it's in it has to paddle, it will use a piece of turf. And this is a mattress which normally, when the puppy is house trained, would fill the entire kennel, but for the beginning, when we have the turf, it folds back, and then you put your blanket or your towel or whatever thing you've got, nice and warm and cozy for the puppy, at the back, and then if he has to paddle in the night, he uses the turf and never gets used to anything else but turf. These also have covers, which if it's very drafty or very cold in the winter, you can put on, and it keeps the puppy out of drafts. You can of course make this at home if you don't want to buy one. And it's very cozy for traveling. She thinks of her new kennel, but before I put her in, I'd just like to show you, the viewers, how to hold a puppy correctly. Put your 2 fingers through the chest, thumb and finger behind the shoulders, and balance her under here. Now, there you are. Well, now for house training a puppy very quickly, you want to take them out every 2 hours to begin with, and especially immediately after meals, and give them whatever command you choose to train them with. I use Quickie for paddling and Hurry Up for the other function. And I put her down and I give her the command, Quickie. Quickie. Come on, Quickie. Quickie. Clever girl. Clever girl. Very good. What a clever girl. What a clever girl. What a clever girl. What a clever girl. Well, one of the first things to do, Mrs. Kelman, is to teach this puppy to allow its mouth to be open, because you may have to give it a pill, or it might get something in its mouth which you might have to take out. There's an empty space of teeth at the side, so if you want to open it, just put your finger in up to the roof of its mouth, and it has to stay open. You don't get bitten, do you see? Now, for liquid medicines, there's a lovely little gap here. You just open that up and pop with the mouth shut, you just pop the spoon with the liquid down there. Now, to teach the puppy to eventually to walk on a loose lead, or you let it put on its leather collar, you put on, yes, your nice light lead, and let it drag it about the house so that it gets used to just dragging something very light in the beginning, and then it's easy to put on a lead. And even at this early age, you want to teach it to sit and to stay, if possible, on command, so that when you come to really do obedience, it's learnt the basic commands, no, very firmly, and good girl, you know, and that sort of thing. And don't let the children rough and tumble it at this age. Let it have plenty of rest, half an hour after it goes out to paddle, and then put it to play in the garden, but not rough and tumble, just throwing a ball or letting it amble about, and then put it away in its kennel so that it should sleep. It should sleep a lot, because it's going to grow a lot. Well, you will remember, of course, the little Dalmatian puppy we had earlier on in this program. Well, Well, she's come back now 2 months later to have her first training lesson. I hope her owner, Mrs. Joan Cudd, come in Joan, has been doing just the basics like putting her on an ordinary collar and letting her walk on an ordinary collar. And what about house training?
Well, it's been wonderful because following your recommendations for house training, we haven't had a single puddle or a single mess in the house from the minute we got her.
Oh, that's splendid. She must be a very clever little girl, aren't she? What's her name?
Her name's Dodie.
Oh, well, that's nice. Well, now, of course, she's ready at 3.5 months to have her first choke chain on. I've got the right size. Put it on, of course, so that it pulls upwards and frees itself easily, like this, so that it pulls upwards, and it frees itself. And, of course, we'll take her collar off. She's had this collar on, hasn't she, ever since she came to you?
Yes, it's first day.
Yes, and a lead, so that she's not new to having a lead on and just walking about on an ordinary collar. But, of course, this is the first time she's having her choke chain on. Right, well, now it's pulling upwards. Now I want you to walk away, and I want you to hold the lead over 2 fingers of the right hand like that, as I teach. And if you correct her hand on there, a quick jerk and let go. So the choke chain frees itself and in no way harms the dog. Right, I shall give the command forward. You'll tap your leg with air in the palm like that, and you will either say walkies or heel. If you want to say heel, if you're going to do obedience, or walkies, whichever you like.
Yes.
And then I shall say halt. You will give the sit signal. Don't forget the T's. Sit. Forward.
Dodie, heel.
Jerk. Now, sit. Very good. Very good. You should scoop her in now. You see, train her by scooping her in. That's right. Scratch her chest to praise her. Now, from there, drop your lead and give the sit-stay signal, which of course is this. Dodie, the name used this time, yes. Sit, stay, and hold up your abracadabra at her and go a yard away. Yes. Right, now.
Dodie, sit, stay.
Now that's too slow. It's one command.
Yes.
Dodie, sit, stay.
Yes, Dodie, sit, stay.
Right, now hold the abracadabra up. That's right. Stand still. Now go back to her and say, what a good girl.
What a good girl. Oh,
that's right. Now from there, come to the side of her a little bit. Now you're going to put her into the down. You're going to use this right hand to lift that leg and push with this hand, or lift this leg and push with that. I think you'll probably find it easier, but catch it with your hand facing downwards and pull the leg forward, and then the whole hand comes there.
Dodie, down.
That's very good. Now give the command, Dodie, down stay.
Dodie, down stay.
Right. It's marvellous for a puppy of only 13.5 weeks, isn't it? Really good. Now come back and love her.
What a good girl. What a good girl.
Yes, that's lovely. Well, that'll do. Now we're going to do the recall. I'd like you to put her a little bit further away over there, about 3 yards away. About here, look. At the sit. Bring her over. Take her with you. That's right. Turn around. That's right. Sit. Now, that's right. Tell her to Dodie, sit, stay.
Dodie, sit, stay.
Right, walk backwards, holding it up for the first time. That's right. Now, tap your legs and hold your hands out and keep moving and say, Dodie, come, what a good girl.
Dodie, come. What a good girl. Come.
Come on, Dodie. Come on, love. She doesn't know how to move. She's been told to stay. Yes. Come on, Dodie.
Dodie, come. What a good girl.
That's right. Catch her choke chain. Sit. Lift her head. Put your one hand under her chin. It's easier to get them to sit if you raise the head slightly, yes, and then bring her back.
Yes.
Right. Turn around. We'll do it from the other once more from this way. Turn around. That's right. Now, Dodie.
Dodie. Dodie, sit, stay.
Right. That's right. Now, will you tap your legs and say, Dodie, come?
Dodie, come. Good girl.
What a good girl.
Come, sit.
No, don't lift her off her front feet. Never do that.
Right.
You've only got to drag her up to you like this, gently.
Yes.
So she's got on her feet, you see.
Yes.
And then I shall say finish. And if you want to learn the obedience finish, in case you ever do show obedience, put your finger in the ring and pass her behind you. Dodie, come. Change hands, change hands, change hands, and sit. What a good girl. Do you see?
Yes, I do.
Well, now, would you like to do it once more from here? Turn round. Tell her to sit, stay.
Dodie, sit, stay.
Right, put your hand this time on your back and turn away from her. Now face her. Now call her.
Dodie, come. Come. Oh, what a good girl. Come. Good girl. Come on.
That's right. Bring her into you. Don't lift her off her feet.
Sit.
That's right. Now don't put the lead on. Just put your... Wait. I'll tell you to say... I'll say finish and you'll say heel like that. Heel.
Yes.
Then you can put your one finger in the ring and help her round.
Yes.
Now finish.
Dodie, heel.
One finger. Pass it behind you. Turn your head to greet her. Change the ring in the other hand. Bring her round. Bring her round.
Sit. Good girl.
Oh, I think that was very good. Very good. Very good, love. Very good. I think she's going to make a splendid dog.
Yes, I think so.
Dog handlers are carefully chosen and given thorough orientation in the mission and methods of the Scout Dog Platoon. Items used in the training program are explained, along with general principles of care and safety for both dog and handler. The basic requirement for an Army dog handler is the same as that for any good dog owner: a love for the animal. The basic requirement for an Army dog handler is the same as that for any good dog owner: a love for the animal.
And the seminal moment was I was getting on a plane in Dallas, and in row 2 was a father, I presume, and a young boy, about 5, kicking the back of the chair. Johnny, don't do that. Kick, kick, kick. Johnny, don't do that. Kick, kick, kick. And I'm standing right here with my bag. The father leans over, grabs him like this, and gives him ugly face. An ugly face is this: when you go face to face with a puppy or a child, you say, "But you got it, now stop it, stop it, and I went, oh my God, do I do something? That child has lost everything. That one of the 2 people he can trust in this world has absolutely pulled the rug from under his feet. And I thought, do I tell this jerk to quit it? I thought, Ian, stay out of it, walk on. I walked to the back of the plane, I sat down, and a thought came to me. If that had been a dog, I would have laid him out.
Gizzy, shush. Shush. Shush!
Now, make him quiet, you said. Gizzy, shush. And then quit it!
Okay? Once you've said it once, it's going, here's the dialogue, right? It's going, shush, woof, shush, woof, shush, woof. It's kind of like mum, 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 See, neither of you are paying attention to each other, so Gizmo, shush, please. Thank you. I'm really watching Gizmo. If there is a wooflet that comes out, I will project the force from my brain towards Gizmo.
Right.
Off, turn it off, turn it off, like you already know. Hey! Thank you. You've really got to let him know this is bad news. Now, you can judge the effectiveness of your jerk on leash there by what Gizmo does. I would say, it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work. So we need a big one, either out of your mouth or with the leash.
Steady.
Very nice.
Off.
Very nice, that's good.
Right, come on.
Come on.
Good boy.
He has to pay attention, because if we make a sudden move, he doesn't know what we're doing. So he has to keep his eye on us. Okay?
When I take him for a walk, he drags me down the street.
It's important to realize he's gonna pull on you, Janet. What we gotta do is to try to discourage it. And the best way to do that, and the fairest way to do it too, is that we try to keep it as loose as possible all the time. And we try to be aware when he's about to go to the end of the lead and it's about ready to drag us. Give him some warning. Steady, or don't pull. Tell him, you're gonna be in trouble if you keep doing what you're doing. Then give him a yank, and mean it. And as soon as the leash is loose again, good boy, because it's important in the future if you want to be able to just say, steady, Jack, and to have the dog respond, to get the dog to realize he has 6 feet and he better back off. And he will, but you've got to warn before you yank. Heel, let's go. Good boy, heel. Good boy. Good boy, let's go. Heel. And I like to start to reduce that food a lot by putting it in the pocket. But look, Janet, heel, help him around the corner, heel, and as I stop, I can use that hand, just like I have a piece of food in it, reach in the pocket and break off a little piece for him. So that's one way we can start getting away from having that lure out and out right on his nose. I'm going to show it to him again. Put it up in that pocket. Say, heel, Jack. Let's go. Good boy. Nice loose leash. Heel. Jack. Heel. That's a good move on leash to turn on the dog like that. But sit. One thing you should probably put more emphasis on is getting him to sit when he's starting to get ahead or losing it. When in doubt, make him sit. Jack, heel. Good boy. Heel. Jack, sit. And if he does it, first command, good dog. Reach in and give him that treat. Good boy. Always.
Dumpy, watch me. Oh, yes. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. Good dog. He's a good dog. Hey, hey, hey. Pay attention. Good Lord. There's a good dog. That's a lot better. Good dog. Relax. Now you can look over there.
Sit.
And down.
Down.
Good. And sit again.
Sit.
And down again.
Down.
Very good. And sit. And down. And sit. Now stay. And give her the food. And say, go to Mummy. Off!
Mommy.
Okay, now listen up. What did I say you got to do? Listen, listen. Now, if Sheena ever does that, if she ever bites your clothing like this, or she hurts you, I want you to scream, "Off!" It's no good saying, "Ow, that hurt," or "Oh, Sheena's ripping my jumper." Sheena won't learn anything from that, okay? So if Sheena ever puts her mouth on you like that, you say, "Ouch!" The first rule then is no hard bites. So we keep our finger in his mouth and we wait till he bites hard and we go, "Ow!" Good dog when he lets go. Let's work with the paws this time. So we feel the paws. Here what I'm doing is just giving a little nip between the paws with my fingernail, but we get a bit of food afterwards. Also we're going to check that Cedar doesn't mind being grabbed. So we reach down, give a bit of food. So the dog knows it's coming. The next time, it's real hard. Okay? And then the third time, we reach and we really grab the dog, and he gets a nice bit of food. So the dog learns, boy, each time they reach down for me and they put hands on me, it's good news. Chumley, off. Oh, good dog, take it. Now that one he can get after a second because he took his nose off when I said off. Now let's do it again. Here we go, good dog. Chumley, off. Oh, he's a good dog, yes, he's a good doggy dog. Oh, he's a good dog. Off! Good dog. There's a good dog. Oh, hurt your feelings, I know. Yes, take it.
No, leave it.
No! Yeah, ready? Limit!
Oh.
Okay.
Sit.
Good boy. Hi, Sam, how are you? Hey, Julia.
Sit! Sit! Yes! Good! Down. Down.
To teach dogs to sit, to lie down, to stand, to come when called, etc., etc. First, we use the food as a lure to teach the dog what we want him to do, and then when he does it, we give him the food as a reward for doing what we want him to do. Ultimately, though, we will phase out the food for manners. First, we phase it out as a lure because we don't want the dog only listening to us when we have food in our hand. So, by having the food in our hand, the dog watches our hand move and the dog learns hand signals, which is a type of body language which dogs learn very quickly. And then we can use the hand signals to help the dog learn verbal commands. Also, eventually, we'll phase out the food as rewards. Well, not phase them out completely. I mean, you always want to give the dog a treat, right? I mean, that's one of the lovely things of living with a dog, but we don't want the dog's compliance to be dependent on us having food in our hand or in our pocket. So we'll replace the food with real valuable life rewards, like we'll integrate training into play, sit, go play, sit, go play, on walks, sit, let's walk, and so on, or before any enjoyable activity, like sit up on the couch. We still, though, always want to remember, dog loves thee we peek, so we still want to give him a little piece every now and again, just for being a good dog. Off. I don't trust you. Off. Boy 1. Good boy 2. Good. Off! Good boy. Good boy 1. Good boy 2. Good boy 3. Take it. So I always feed it to him from my hand. I don't want him to get into the habit of taking food from the floor.
Dogs. They should be man's best friend. But instead, Britain's become overrun by canine barking, stealing, polluting, biting, and worst of all, doggy loving. When Britain's 7 million dogs aren't hounding their owners, destroying relationships, and creating havoc in their own homes,
I can't have a decent telephone conversation, I can't watch a TV programme, I can't have 5 minutes peace and quiet.
they're out on the street, terrorising the rest of us. And it's got to stop. This is Victoria Stillwell. She's a dog behaviourist with 10 years' experience training canine nightmares both here and in the US.
Down.
Victoria has no fear.
Good lad, good lad, good lad. Good boy.
In just 1 minute, she can take control of any dog.
Sit. Good boy, down. There is no dog that can't be trained, and I'm not prepared to accept any excuses. I actually started working as a dog walker by walking greyhounds.
And so how did you get into dog training?
Actually, because I was unemployed.
That seems a fair enough reason.
I was an unemployed actor, so I decided to make some money, and I started out as a dog walker. And then from then on, it just took
Sorry,
off
I'm
from
distracted,
there.
aren't I? Because I keep thinking he's going to do an electronic wee-wee on me.
For decades, dogs have been taught in a really forceful way. And fortunately, modern behavioural science is proving that that is just the wrong way to treat these incredible animals. But how do you discipline a dog? Surely you have to be able to tell a dog no sometimes in order to be able to direct that dog onto good behaviour. I like to use discipline to guide a dog rather than instill fear. Here's my take on it. Discipline should be used to guide a dog into making the right choices. The kind of punishment that you should never use with your dogs are things like kicking your dog, poking, shouting, hitting, or restraining your dog on its back or its side in order to establish who's the boss. These techniques have been used for so many years, and unfortunately they break trust between dog and owner, as well as causing a dog to shut down, as well as being dangerous, because a lot of dogs react negatively to being punished in this way. The kind of discipline that I use are vocal interrupters to interrupt behavior, to redirect the dog from negative behavior onto positive behavior, timeouts where I remove the dog for a period of time in order to get the dog to calm down and then reintroduce the dog into a situation, or simply ignoring negative behavior. And that's basically the only kind of discipline you're ever going to need with any dog. And it doesn't matter if it's the smallest puppy or the largest Great Dane. And it doesn't matter what kind of behavior, if you're just doing regular compliance training or you're teaching the red zone dogs. Get his eye contact, and I want you to look like that. When you use positive training techniques, you don't train the dog through fear and intimidation. You train the dog to feel in a different way.
Day 1 of the training. And to kick off, Victoria wants to show the terrible twosome just who's in charge.
Back, back, back. Wait. Wait.
In a matter of minutes, Victoria has shown Bumble and Dougal who's boss.
That was absolutely amazing.
Now that she's got the dog's full attention, Victoria can move on to the first stage of training, breaking their bad habit of molesting anyone who steps through the front door. First up,
Dougal. Wait.
To reinforce her leadership, Victoria keeps the pitch of her voice strong and low, so dogs know she's really serious. Higher pitches are purely reserved for praise.
Wait. Keeping eye contact all the time.
And as for his patient waiting, Dougal is rewarded with a tasty piece of chicken.
Good boy.
No, Pugsy.
Even worse, 13-year-old Tyrone is being relentlessly bullied and bitten.
Oh, Pugsley!
Do you get this on a regular basis then?
Whenever I walk out, he bites me.
But it's like, it seems like it's just a big game.
He just bites me for no reason.
Okay. You know that this is absolute play, but it's rough play.
But he doesn't know how much it hurts.
Because, yeah, of course.
Why couldn't it be Trav?
He doesn't do that to you then?
No, he doesn't, does he? He's never touched Trav, has he?
Travis doesn't show that he's afraid of him, though, does he?
Yeah, but I am afraid of him because how many times he's bit me.
When he does bite him, I do feel like he does it quite hard.
Without warning, Pugsley's rough play gets out of hand.
Did he just do that now?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was just standing by him, he just bit my nose.
Naughty boy!
Pugsley's really in the doghouse now.
Watch me. The Watch Me command is used to focus your dog's attention onto you in order to maintain control and establish your role as leader of the pack. Eye contact at this point establishes your role as leader, but isn't threatening. Good boys, good boys. These are boisterous, naughty dogs. But they're very intelligent. And I've shown that because in a minute, I've got them under control.
Victoria has no problem keeping these dogs in line, but can she pass on her skills to Dave and Angela?
Right, dogs don't speak English, they talk dog. Dogs respond really well to vocal tone and pitch. A lot of people shout at their dogs, "Stop it!" or "No!" Okay, I'm going to teach you a better vocal correction. When dogs tell each other off, it's a kind of, ah. I do exactly the same. Ah. Just a short, sharp vocal noise that is almost like a shock. Whoa, it's a distraction. It's no physical hitting, there's no shouting, but it's got to be hard, punchy, short and sharp. Beautiful. Perfect. Could do a bit better. Beautiful. I'm also going to teach you how to give the look. The look. The I mean business look. I mean I really mean business look. No bull. I mean business look. They know it comes from you. They know that you mean business. They know to back off.
It's not long before the family have to bring their training into action.
Oh, we got a bit of jumping here. Do you know what? This isn't just a sexual thing. This is also a dominance thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
But a few minutes later, Duke can't control himself.
Duke!
Leave it! Duke! That's not...
Angela fails. Victoria has to step in.
Duke! Leave it! I want it as soon as he gets up. Bam! You're in there. So we're going to make this whole thing unpleasant for him.
Time to send in the bait.
Okay. Now up to him. Right up to him. That's it. Now, good boy. I want your body to leap out of the chair. I want you to take real action.
Diesel, get down, please.
As soon as he's out of the door, Victoria witnesses the dark side of Diesel.
No! Well, he broke my skin.
Right.
No. No.
Oh. Did he get you in the mouth?
It went for my face.
Bad. Let's sit down up on here, okay? Because then he's less likely to jump up. Most people who use these kind of things when training have no idea of the psychological negative impact it's having on their dog. Because so many trainers use stuff like this, and so many people validate their use. To me, though, and to thousands of trainers like me, and the best scientists and behaviorists in the United States and around the world, these contraptions are plain abuse.
he accepts the consequences from his superior.
Let's go. Move. Cooper, sit. Wait. Nah. Now, I've got control of his head. He can't pull me. I mean...
But he just hates it, look at him.
Yeah, but you have to give a dog time to become accustomed to it. Lunging, walking the other direction. Go back. Walking in the other direction. He's lunging. Go back. He has a certain amount of impulse control, but he's not stupid. We go out the room and he's like, oh, you're not there anymore. So I'm gonna take advantage of it, which is why I have this. Okay. This is a collar. It's literally just a remote talking collar. I talk into it like a walkie-talkie and he just hears it around his neck.
First, Victoria wants to refresh the away command.
Away. Away! I just wanted Staines to know that he had to back away from the plate of cupcakes, so I held it in front of him, which was so awful and so tempting for the poor dog. But then when he either took his head away or he sat right down, I said away. Away. So he got to know that the word away meant that he had to back away from them.
Then, Victoria attaches the magic collar.
I wanted to do this training because I wanted Staines to see that even though nobody's there, he's still being watched.
They take up their post on the other side of the house, and then it's all eyes on Staines.
Oh, there. I'm gonna get him as soon as I see him.
Staines away.
Staines away. Staines away.
Away. Staines away.
Good boy, Staines.
Good boy. Stay. Go back. Sit.
After Victoria left, the Marshall family got tougher with the dogs and hoped their problems were finally behind them.
Baby.
And the dogs seem to be responding well. But a few weeks later, disaster struck.
It's been 6 weeks since Victoria was here, and unfortunately Benji has now bitten Rachel.
The attack was so severe that Rachel was rushed to casualty.
He just started biting me. He bit me on my finger there, my legs there, my leg there, and he bit me on my chest there.
give you my take on it, my view on it.
Okay.
But again, it has to be your decision. I think there is no question this dog should not be rehomed. This dog, I'm afraid, should be put down. I am the last person that wants dogs put down. But in this case, this dog is now dangerous. This is classed as a dangerous dog because it has mauled. It hasn't just bitten, it's mauled. And it's going to do it again and again and again. It sounds like he has maybe some sort of neurological condition. I'm so sorry to hear about it, Graham, and I know how much you love him, and I really know how much you do, and you're a lovely man, but I just, this is what you've got to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, then.
Thank you. Come on, Ben.
I reckon that's probably the hardest thing he's ever had to do.
He's at ease now. If it was troubling him, it's not anymore.
But to me, one of the most notable cases was, you know, we have a very famous, glamorous dog trainer who we've all seen on TV, who recently was successfully sued by the channel that employed her for fraud. And the reason she was sued was because when she started doing that show, she'd never been a dog trainer at all. She'd never done dog training, and this was proven in the case. But what she'd done was implied to the channel that she was a dog trainer, and they then allowed her to run this series. And in that first series, we saw her advise an owner to put a dog to sleep because it wasn't trainable. And they did this on the show. Good. And this from a person who'd never trained a dog in their lives, who'd never actually owned a dog, by her own admission,
Really?
had never owned a dog. But she feels she's sufficiently expert to tell these people to go and kill their dog. Mm. This is terrifying.
I look on dog training, a very good analogy is learning tango. So Kelly and I were learning tango. Our teacher probably punished me 15 times a minute because I keep making mistakes. The punishment went like this. Note your left foot, Ian. Your other left foot. Good, that's fine. Well, that's a punishment because it reduces the unwanted behavior in the technical sense.
Right.
But it wasn't nasty. We actually giggled over it. I like to train the dogs this way. If I say
negative
sit,
punishment.
If I say it's instructive,
right.
I would say. I wouldn't say negative.
So you don't use the term negative punishment?
I don't.
As opposed
like,
to positive?
I don't like using the term because people don't understand.
Right, it sounds like a bad thing.
And I don't like using the technique because it's very ineffective. It's hard to implement accurately. So it means you end a good time to...
and positive punishment would be where you actually apply some type of force.
I just don't want to get into.
You don't even want to. Okay, yeah, I agree
just,
with you. I completely agree with you on that.
It confuses me, let alone dog trainers.
Well, right.
Out